The clock struck midnight, and the chilling fog crept through the forest like a living entity. Its tendrils reached for the decrepit mansion that stood at the forest's edge, long abandoned but never forgotten by the townsfolk. They whispered of ghostly figures and unearthly sounds that emanated from its crumbling walls. Elena, an adventurous young woman with an insatiable curiosity for the paranormal, could not resist the mansion's pull. She had heard the stories of lost souls trapped within, of shadows that took human form in the dead of night. Clutching her flashlight and camera, she stepped through the rusted gate, its screech echoing like a persistent wail. Inside, the air was suffocating, thick with the scent of mold and decay. Elena's footsteps echoed on the rotting wooden floorboards as she made her way through the labyrinth of rooms. Each corner seemed to hold a secret, each doorway a portal to another time. She had just reached the grand staircase when she heard it, a whisper, faint but distinct. "Leave!" The voice seemed to caress the back of her mind, sending shivers down her spine. Determined to uncover the mansion's mysteries, she pressed on, ignoring the growing sense of unease that threatened to turn her resolve to flee. Suddenly, Elena felt a cold breath on her neck. She spun around, flashlight beam slicing through the darkness, but found nothing. Heart pounding, she continued to climb the stairs, the whispers growing louder, more urgent. "Turn back," they pleaded. At the top of the stairs, she found a large, ornate door slightly ajar. Pushing it open, she revealed a room frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture, ancient portraits with eyes that seemed to follow her every move. A grand chandelier that swayed ever so slightly despite the still air. In the center of the room stood a mirror, its surface dark and rippling as though made of liquid. Elena approached it, drawn by an unseen force. Her own reflection seemed to waver and then vanish, replaced by the image of a woman in a white gown, eyes hollow, mouth open in a silent scream. The room's temperature plummeted as the ghostly figure in the mirror stepped forward, crossing the boundary between the spectral and the real. "Help me," she mouthed, her voice a mere echo of despair. Elena's terror mounted as she realized the stories were true. The lost souls were real, and they wanted something, a release, perhaps. Just as panic set in, the floorboards beneath her feet began to crack, opening a dark chasm that threatened to swallow her whole. She stumbled back, desperate to escape, but the ghostly figure's hand reached out, cold fingers grazing her arm. Suddenly, the whispers turned into screams, a cacophony of tortured voices filling the room. Elena bolted for the door, her flashlight flickering, casting eerie shadows along the walls. She ran down the stairs, the mansion itself seeming to twist and contort as if trying to keep her within its grasp. Bursting through the front door, she didn't stop running until she reached the safety of the town, the mansion's malevolent presence fading behind her. The townsfolk found her the next morning, babbling about lost souls and a woman in white. Few believed her, but the faint bruises on her arm told another story, one of a nightmarish encounter with the unknown, a brush with a terror that lay just beyond the veil of the ordinary.